got her rolling. Watch out. Keep your face back. Hey everybody, it's Jay Ball with Blue Jays Outdoors coming at you with another exciting episode to the 2021 Blue Jays maple syrup season. Guys, we got about 60 gallons of sap today at about 2.5% sugar. The RO system's just finishing up. I just lit the evaporator. Already got about 8 gallons of sap in the pre-warm pan. Hopefully we're gonna make another batch of syrup tonight. Don't have a ton of sap, but again, I tell you, man, that RO system is a game changer. So it's allowed me to take my time, get things prepped and clean and ready, and it's really just an overall peace of mind because I can't leave this evaporator running by itself for more than probably 2 to 3 minutes because then I lose my boil. So having that RO system running, as long as it doesn't run dry or don't get the concentration too high, I'm good to go. So like I said, just got the pan lit or just got the evaporator lit, and yeah, stay tuned because we're gonna make some more syrup for you guys. Got a pretty good boil going. You can see we still got really good clear sap getting up in temperature. See right there, we're only about a couple half a degrees, 10 degrees away. I'll show you the fire real quick. We have got her rolling. Watch out. Keep your face back. Yeah, so far so good. Look at that coal coming out of there. That's what we call rolling coal right there. That's how Blue Jays maple syrup rolls. Look at that sky. Isn't that beautiful? It's one of the reasons why I love being a sugar maker. Look at that. She is hot. Don't worry, we're getting ready to make more syrup. Alrighty, so pretty successful draw actually. We probably got about 1.5 gallons maybe of syrup. Went a little bit higher on the bricks, went at about 58 bricks. I'm still playing with how I draw my syrup off because I don't want to get it too heavy. I can always add distilled water back to it if it does get too heavy, but I don't want it to be too light because it sits downstairs in my basement and I want to make sure it's as close to maple syrup as possible, and that way I get a better accurate average or an accurate reading of how much syrup I actually have before I bottle. And then once I bottle, I calculate everything. But yeah, I'm already out of sap. We boiled for 1 hour and 15 minutes and processed 24 gallons of sap. So yeah, this thing is rolling. I can't believe how hot this evaporator is running this year, but I think it's the sugar content and the float box are making a big difference. So we'll shut everything down and then I'll wrap this video up. I did do another live stream, and yeah, so I really appreciate you hanging out with me. So let me get this thing shut down and we'll wrap it up here in just a minute. So by now you guys know I'm really big on tips and tricks. Well, here's the tips and tricks for you. So you see that brown line? That's all syrup that's locked in the filter. So what I'm gonna do is put hot sap. Sorry, I know it's windy. I'm gonna put hot sap in the filter to get all that syrup out, okay? So what we're doing is we're just trying to get as much syrup and save as much syrup as possible. And it's amazing how much syrup gets locked in these filters. And as you see that I'm doing it, the sap's actually changing color because that's maple syrup coming out of there. So here's a tip and trick for you. Always rinse your filters with hot sap, okay? You'd be surprised at how much sap or how much syrup you actually lose if you don't do this. I did an experiment last year where I kept all the syrup through my last filtering and all my utensils, and I almost wasted 1 gallon of syrup in the past. So this is something that I've had to learn the hard way, learn from my mistakes. So you can actually see that brown line is going away because we're rinsing all the syrup out. So hopefully this helps you guys. Look at that sap now. That's all syrup. It's going to go right back into the system. Okay, so we've got most everything cleaned up. I got the RO already run and filtered, and the evaporator, you can see, is still steaming just a little bit, and most of the sap that was in the pre-warm pan is actually kind of already fed in and evaporated off. So I used to cover this with my piece of thermal insulation, but that was just condensation that was going back into the pan, so I figure I just leave this on for a while and let as much evaporate as possible. But I want to be completely transparent with you guys, so I just went and walked the lines. I maybe have 20 or 25 gallons of sap, which is at about 2.5% sugar. It's not gonna freeze the next couple days. Let me show you guys on my phone the temperature. This way I can kind of explain to you what's going on. So I'll try to show this as best as possible. So as you guys can see, it's not gonna get below freezing tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday. Okay, so the sap's not going to run. The next day it's going to freeze is Saturday night, so there's going to be a run on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and it's going to run. It's going to run again. But what has me concerned are these 60-degree days here. Okay, so what have I learned, and what I want you guys to learn from me and my mistakes is the sap that's out there now will go bad between now and, let's say, Saturday. Okay, those 60-degree days, there's going to be a lot of bacteria buildup. So what I'm going to do is get up first thing in the morning, collect the 25 gallons of sap that I have, bring it back, RO that down to a higher concentration, and I might get maybe 5 to 10 gallons of sap. I'm going to freeze that. Okay, I'm going to put that in the deep freeze and let that freeze, so that's good. So this Saturday I can actually put it in the pre-warm tank and just let it melt and thaw, and I won't lose that sap. What's going to happen too is there's going to be a lot of bacteria built up over the next several days because it's not going to get below freezing. I saw a few buckets that did have a little bit bacteria built up. So what I'm going to do also is Thursday, tomorrow's Wednesday, so date night, can't do anything after work. But Thursday, it's going to rain, I think Friday as well, but I'm going to spend those 2 days going through and actually changing out my buckets and barrels and cleaning everything. That way, that next good hard run that happens on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and throughout the next week, I'm ready for it. Everything's clean. Again, cleanliness is next to godliness when it comes to this stuff, in my opinion. The cleaner I keep my buckets and barrels, the cleaner my sap's going to be, and just the overall better quality product I can produce. And I want to make the best possible syrup I can. So I've got a little bit of downtime coming up. I'm going to use that to my best. I've also might go through and clean the pan again. Maybe get up and do that Saturday morning, depending on what my plans are. I might have a fishing trip actually on Saturday. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that's my plan. So I just want you guys to understand the sap that's out there now will go bad. It'll turn that creamy, milky color that I told you guys about, and I cannot waste that much syrup or that much sap. It could be another pint of syrup that's just sitting out there going bad. So I'm going to collect that, RO it down, get into a higher concentration, freeze it so that I don't lose any syrup, because the demand's getting pretty high. I think I've got like 70 or 75 people on my waiting list already, so I got to make sure I capitalize on as much syrup as possible. So really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me during my fourth boil and my second draw of syrup. We got some really good Golden Delicate syrup. I think that brings the total to probably just over 5.5, maybe 6 gallons of syrup for the season. A little bit slower than last year, but I'm really optimistic, and I think it's going to be a good year for me. So really do appreciate you guys' time again. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know anytime I post a new video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for daily updates. That's blue_J_maple_syrup. Again, thank you for all the support, the positive comments. I really appreciate it. And remember, the easiest way to change your attitude is by showing gratitude. Thanks. We'll catch you in the Sugar Shack next time.